Hello everybody and welcome back to the second part of the Convertigo Forms tutorial. The objective of this video will be to create forms from A to Z to show you the different components of a form and what you can add into your form. So let's create. So we're gonna take the test here that we've created on the first video. So as you can see, for now our form is empty. So the first thing that we can notice is that we can make several pages. So as you can see here, there is page 1, but we can create the page 2 and the page 3 and other pages. So on a one and unique form, several pages. So I think that this is quite important and interesting to know. So for the creation of this form, I'm about to put every element that we can put into a form to show you what it displays and how to use it. So the first thing that we can see is that we can add an image and we can add a description. So for the image, just click on it. And as you can see here, you just have to click on this button to make here some wallpapers. So Convertigo Forms provides some wallpapers already, but if you want, you can import your own picture for your form. So you can choose from the template, or you can choose from your computer directly. So for this test, let's take this one. Here it is. And to add a description to your form, you just have to click here to enter your description, and here you can write your text. So this is a form description. And as you can see, you can change a lot of things in your text. So you can put it bigger, you can change the police, you can change the alignment. So if I want to put the text right here or middle, put it bigger. So, and I accept. And if we preview now, we have here our text and our wallpaper. So this is great. So this is the first step of the creation of a form. Now we can focus on the different items of the form. So first, let's take the title. So just drag and drop it directly here in the content and double click here. And we have several information. So here, title 1, you never have to change it because each item is unique. And so even if you put another title, it will be title 2 because every item is unique. So never change this line. But here you can change the title. So let's name it my form. And here you can change the position. So left, center, right. Let's center, that's okay. You can change the color, so whatever you want. So let's pick red, that's okay. And the size, so small or very big. So let's put it Excel, that's okay. So here is my form in red. So this is great. Next we have input text. So this is to ask a question and answer it directly under the question. So here, same here, you never change it, input text one, never change it. And here on the text question, you put your question. So I don't know, so what is your favorite color, for example? What is your favorite color? So here you can input the answer, so you can write whatever you want, but this will be the placeholder for the people to answer the question. You can choose if you want a short answer or a long answer. You can choose the type of answer that you want. So you want text, you want a password, you want an email, a number, a lot of different possibilities. You can change the position, so stacked or fixed. I'm gonna let it stacked. And same that for the title, you can change the color of the question. I'm gonna let it shark, okay. And here, what is your favorite color? And now, if we preview here, you can answer directly here at your answer. So let it blue, for example. So as you can see, this works. Then we have the simple text item. So let's drag and drop it. So as you can see, it only uses a text. So it's to give an information or whatever. So let's just write a simple text area. And you can put it before a question or to give some information more for the following question or whatever. So next we have the multi-choices item. So let's begin with the checkbox. So the checkbox is when you can put different answers and you can choose different answers at the same time. So if we take again the question, what is your favorite color? and we put 4 different choices. We put blue, we put green, we put red, and let's take yellow as the last one. Okay, so same that for the other, you can change the position and the color. So I'm gonna let it like this. And now, as you can see, we have just unclick on the different boxes, so no one is checked for the moment. So we have what is your favorite color and different choices. If you have a lot of different favorite colors, you can put all of them directly into it, just clicking on the little boxes. And next we have the grid of checkboxes. So this is for have multiple information. So if as a question we say what do you hit in a day, so in our 3 lines here we're gonna put first the morning. So what do you hit on the morning, what do you hit on the evening, and what do you hit in the night. Okay, so the option 1 is you hit fruits or candies. Okay, so now we have our question and our different answers. So as you can see, what do you eat in a day? So in the morning, do you eat fruits or candies? In the evening, same question, and in the night, same question. And obviously, you can ask the question that you want with this grid of checkboxes, because you can have different information in the same time. So I think this is quite interesting as an item. Okay, so next we have the single choice. So the single choice, you have at the beginning 2 different options. So obviously you can add more, but in this case you only can choose one answer. If we put again the question of the color, here you can choose only one answer on the 4. So you can't have multiple choices in this question. So this is the single choice. So let's put for the colors again, favorite color, red, yellow. Obviously you can ask whatever you want in the form, just for example blue and gray. And now we uncheck this. In this item you only can answer with one answer, so even if you like the red and the blue, you have to choose between the red and the blue. Okay, so now we have the single choice grid. So the single choice grid is the same that the grid of checkboxes, but only for one answer. So here, as you can see, you could choose both of them. So in the morning I hit fruits and the candies, but here, whatever the question, you only can choose between the option A and the option B. So if we have the same question down here, so what do you hit in a day? Here in the morning, I have to choose between the fruits and the candies. I can't click on both. So this is for a single choice. And I forgot to precise that you could make your different items mandatory or not. So if you click on and you go down, here there is the mandatory button. So if you want the people to necessarily answer at this question, you can click on the mandatory button to make it mandatory. And if in the preview it is mandatory, you will see a little here. You will see a little red star to say that that is mandatory. So as the next item we have the slider. So a slider is like a scale to express your satisfaction on the question. So for example, if we take the question on a scale from 1 to 10, how did this tutorial help you to understand better the product? The minimum value will be 1 and the max value will be 10. And step 1. So you can go from 1 to 10. And now we have the scale from 1 to 10. Let's click on the value and the gradation to see it directly on the slider. And if we preview the slider over now, you will see that here on the scale from 1 to 10, how did this tutorial help you to understand better the product? And if it helped you well, you can put high mark. And if it didn't help you so much, we'll put a lower mark. That's logic. So this is how the slider works. So the next item is the select item. So this is quite the same that the single choice. What's changed in this is the type of interface of the answer. So as you can see here, you can choose different types of interface. So the popover, it will be displayed close to the text. The footer, so it will appear from down. And the alert, it will be displayed on the middle of the screen. And as you can see, you can put your question and your different option. And this is a single choice item. So here you can change the placeholder, so choose an answer, that's okay. The cancel button, cancel okay, and here just the type of interface. So if I put on the footer, it will appear from down, and if we check it, here we click on choose an answer, and here it is appear from down. Okay, so this is the main difference between the select and the single choice. Okay, so next item we have the date and the time. So if you want to know when the person filled the form, so the date and the hour, just put it in the form, and you put it mandatory to make the person fill this part. And I'm going to show you something that didn't talk about yet, but this is quite interesting and important. As you can see here, you have a question style and you have a personalized button. So if you click on personalized here, so this is the same that in the description that I showed at the beginning of the tutorial. You can edit your question, and you can change the alignment, the height, you can change almost everything because this is a word lookalike, so you can modify your question, and so you can personalize your question and your form. So this is quite interesting. Now that we have seen the main items of the Convertigo Forms Builder, so we can check out an interesting item also. This is the group item. So in this group, you will be able to add all the different components of the form, and it will be contained directly in this group. So group 1 here. And as you can see, you just have to drag and drop. So imagine I want an input text into my group. Here it is. And I want a single choice behind. Here it is. And all these items will be contained in the group. So a group is really useful to contain the information of a specific subject, for example. And finally, we have the import file item. So it permits you to add files from your computer directly in the form. So as you can see here, you can click here to accept multiple files. So you can put not only one file, but 2 or 3 files directly into the form. And if you check it here, just have to click here, add a file. Here, select file on your device and select the one that you want. And the last one is the signature item. So just have to drag and drop it directly here. And when you go to the preview, here it is, and you just have to write directly with the mouse something, so your signature, to sign the document. Okay, so I think that we have seen all the different items that we could use in the Convertigo Forms. So I hope that this video helped you to understand better how Convertigo Forms works. And in the next video, I will show you how to publish your form and how to send it to the people you want it to answer, and how to receive the answers from them. So thanks for watching, and see you soon.